Anybody heard of this Internet of Things thing recently? I hear a bunch of nervous laughs. So how many of you are being asked to figure this out in your companies? Right? A lot of folks, a lot of hype right now. This idea of all of your products, that there's all this inexpensive sensor technology available, and we're going to be able to connect to all of our products, 50 billion devices by 2020. And we're going to create this nirvana where we'll be fully connected to our customers' products. We'll have a good read on what's going on a day-to-day basis. We'll have all that data, and the end result of that, I think the killer use case for IoT is that you'll be able to anticipate issues before they happen, reduce unplanned downtime for your customers, and be a great partner in the process. It is an absolutely wonderful vision, and it's something that we're super excited about. I think because basically you can't have IoT without the T's, right? You gotta have a good handle on your things, and the value of that data we talk about for sales, for all the marketing folks, understanding all the dependencies with all the products. So we've put a lot of time and effort into making sure that you're going to have the opportunity to get a handle on your things, right? You got to know where your things are at. You got to know what they are, how they've been maintained, what they're saying, all of that. So that's all great. I'm sure you're all sitting there going, yeah, I get that, Dave. That's what you guys do. So, like, what about the rest of it? The connected piece, the big data piece, the analytics, the whole IoT machine cloud part. What are you going to do about that? It's something we've been hearing from a lot of you. Increasingly, I'd say in the last 6 months, the noise level on this, it's been incredible. The amount of hype, the amount of anticipation of this whole industrial internet, connected devices. So we did a lot of research in this. We knew we had to figure this out. And the question is, how do we kind of close the loop for all of you? And came up with a great solution that we're here to announce today. And what we're announcing is that we will be partnering with PTC. PTC has been doing some amazing stuff in IoT, specifically around their ThingWorx platform, which is the full machine cloud with robust analytics. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working with PTC on the product development side to integrate their IoT technology and our service management technology. And there is a lot of synergy here. We're very excited about it. And right now, what I wanted to do was invite Rob Gremley up on the stage from PTC. Rob is PTC's EVP of Platform Product.
Morning.
Good to see you. So Rob, we're fired up about this.
We
I'll
are.
tell you, you must be really fired up about IoT. I saw you had an event last week, LiveWorks. It was bedlam. Tell us a little bit about that and a little bit about what PTC is doing around IoT.
You're right, we did have an event last week. It was the second of our IoT events. Last year we had about 350 people attend that event. This year we had 2,400 people attend the event, with another 4,000 watching it online. So we thought we were pretty proud of that, and I think it's indicative of how excited people are about IoT, and quite honestly, how hungry they are to understand the implications of the Internet of Things on their business. Yeah. I was watching Nick's presentation this morning. I thought it was fantastic, and I was thinking, how is Nick's world going to change when those 600,000 pieces of equipment are connected to the Internet? And it's going to be transformational. PTC saw this coming a few years ago. We realized as a company that had been working mostly with manufacturers, OEMs, for 25 years to help them to create and operate and service their products, that we had a mandate, a responsibility to be in this business, to be a trusted guide. We've invested heavily over the last 18 months to acquire ThingWorx and Exida, sort of the number one and number two players in the IoT space. Just last week, we announced another acquisition of a company called ColdLight, which is a predictive analytics application and platform, and we're really excited about the opportunity to bring those all together into a series of platforms, technology platforms, and then to marry them into ServiceMax. I think the opportunities are fantastic. They're endless.
Cool. We feel the same way. You guys are doing amazing things in IoT. What do you think this means to your customers? How should they be thinking about this?
Well, I think that if customer reaction is any indication, sort of early customer reaction, I think the customer base of both ServiceMax and PTC are ecstatic that these two companies have proactively come together. Rather than all of you asking us to come together, we've come together sort of on our own and seen that there's a tremendous synergy in the product portfolios that we both have. You know, PTC deep into the CAD and PLM space, and quite honestly in the service space, but in different areas than where ServiceMax excels. We have great software for service parts optimization, for being able to deliver technical information, rich 3D technical assembly and disassembly and service procedure information to the technician. But quite honestly, we've suffered for the type of capabilities that ServiceMax has. So I think the marriage of the two product capabilities, as you're going to see in a demo in a minute, is absolutely it's magical. Be great for our customers.
Yeah, and I have to say that, first of all, we have a lot of joint customers here today.
We do.
Already. I'm sure we will have more over time. This is probably the most requested partnership that I've had in my interactions with all of you and all of our customers out in the field. A lot of, have you guys ever thought about working together, integrating the products? That would be pretty cool. So we're really excited about this. I'll tell you, it all sounds great on paper. All this connected enterprise, IoT. Hey, any of you guys want to see what this looks like real product? So would I. So at this point, I'd like to bring up Scott Berg, our COO, and he's actually going to show us this working.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Yeah, the IoT is a big deal, and we've kind of brought it into this room to show it to you live here today. I've got with me Amit Jain, who's going to help me with kind of hands and fingers to take us through this. Let me just quickly set up the scenario. We've built a little connected products and connected technician experience today based around one of our joint PTC and ServiceMax customers, Philips Healthcare. And we're going to take you through a scenario based on an MRI bed. And if we could maybe get the laptop screen up here, we'll start off by describing a scenario where maybe we've got a service engineer in the office, escalation engineers, a lot of our customers call these. And we're looking at a ThingWorx control panel. So we're actually in real time seeing readings coming back from an MRI machine that we're monitoring as a provider. Amit notices one of the vibration readings on the bed seems a little unusual. And by simply clicking on that number, what we're getting then in real time is a live feed of the kind of the heartbeat of the machine and what's actually happening to it there, getting readings of actual vibrations. And you'll notice here that we've kind of crossed a threshold in the vibration readings, so our suspicion about the machine was pretty well founded. We've crossed the threshold of the vibrations in the machine. That's not good. And we've actually automatically generated a service alert you see there up on the left-hand side. So in real time, the machine is telling us something's not quite right here. And so what we're going to do using ServiceMax application features is dive into that service alert, and let's take a look at what's happening here. So we're having an online experience, so we're getting real-time feedback. We can see that vibration is still kind of operating out of bounds. We've got some options here. We might try remotely accessing that machine, maybe pushing a software update to it, all of this to try and avoid that first-time visit out to the machine, maybe look at the software that's running. More and more of our customers' products are heavily digitized and running software. But in this case, I think maybe in the interest of time, let's assume we can't quite fix it here remotely, but we have been proactively notified. We're going to go ahead and create a work order. Most of you in the room are probably pretty familiar with this technology and what you'll see on the screen, which is a ServiceMax work order being created, pulling some of that alert information in automatically from the machine. And this is our typical first step to get a technician out on site. And if we, get a little vibration here on my Apple Watch. It's bright blue, so those of you in the back can actually see it. And I've got an actual work order that's come in as the technician. I'm going to take a look at that and tap my watch here, and I'll go ahead and accept that work order. It's asking me to get myself over to the JC Hospital location and take a look at this MRI machine. Now, when I arrive on site, I'll move from a desktop or laptop computer, and if we could get Amit's iPad screen up here, we'll share with you the typical ServiceMax mobile experience. Again, look familiar to a lot of the customers in the room. We're looking at typically the work order details. What are we going out there to fix? This is our latest release, the new look and feel. But you'll also see some enhancements that we've made with the integration of the IoT data in PTC. You're familiar with our actions. Well, we've got a few new actions up here under the category of connected services, where we can actually jump in and get that same live machine detail from the iPad. So now I'm that technician literally sitting next to the machine, looking at those same readings continuing to come, and unfortunately that vibration reading is still a little out of whack for the spec that we're looking for. And so based on that information, we would go do the usual things that a connected ServiceMax technician would do in debriefing that work order. But before we do that, let's leverage one more really unique asset from the PTC solutions. And let's maybe bring in a video based on the original CAD drawings in 3D, and let's instruct the technician in real time on how to disassemble that bed and really zero down into fixing the problem that they have at hand. So I think this is, IoT is great. The connection is really powerful, phenomenal. I think the really unique thing about the two companies' solutions is also this ability to manage and merge this digital world with the physical world and the experience of the technician. So that's it. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.